What is going on, y'all? Mama here, back with another trade review and market recap. Today is Tuesday, 4/22. Nice day in the markets. I caught a nice winner on NQ longs, so let's go over my game plan and the trade itself. 1 second, let me go into my notes. So coming into today, I was expecting the indices were gonna bounce just because we were showing relative strength. NQ, it was up about 1.3% at the open, and ES was still trending up. So if we look at yesterday, this is the hourly time frame. This a lot of I'm doing my analysis on there along with the daily. So I kind of see what happens in the pre-market and if we're trending upward. And then yesterday we had a nice sell-off. So we had a pretty aggressive sell-off, about 2 points or 2%. And then once we kind of broke this structure right here, we're kind of breaking the downtrend on the hourly, and then we are trending upward. So if we use the tool right here, we're kind of making higher highs and higher lows, right? So that gives me a sign that my bias is likely going to be long today. And coming into the day, on my watch list, I was watching NQ above this 18136 level because just it's a critical level based off of my level system. And we had room to 18321. And look at that. It hit from here to here, it hit the level perfectly. It just took a couple hours. But I wanted us to just get acceptance over this level and then get over the overnight highs, which is this high right here. So let's go into the 2-minute time frame to break down the trade. And also when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at ES as well, and then also multiple time frames as such as the 5-minute and the 15-minute. But looking at the 2-minute, we opened just above the level, and then we sold off, and then we had a displacement candle and acceptance over the level. And I missed this trade itself right here. We can basically risk about like 36 points and then aim for our final target. It's about 100. So this risk is about 45 points and potential 166, which is like a 3.6 R based off of this stop. You can even lower the stop a little bit at the level, which is just being more aggressive but higher risk reward potential. But anyways, this trade is about 5R that I missed. And then once we got strong displacement over the overnight highs, and as you can see, these candles are really aggressive. We went about 141 points in about 10 minutes. And from there, I'm just waiting for a pullback for entry. So I use this 2-minute trigger right here. It's a red candle, but it's still I like the wicks. And then once we triggered this, so this is the signal candle, this is the entry candle we triggered. I entered half my position just because it was a red candle. And then once we got strong displacement on this candle right here, I added to my position, so I was full position there. And then our main target is going to be the level above. So risking about 22 points to make almost 100. You can just round up and say 100. And then once we made new highs, I took a small trim, maybe like a quarter of my position. And then once we started just like rallying up, I started trimming along the way. And then I end up realizing about 75 points or so, 75 to, I believe 75 points. So I got this move right here. It was just because NQ was already up like over 2%. So if we just zoom back a little bit, I'm looking at the 15-minute time frame. I'm looking at where we closed yesterday. I think it was around here. Let's see. Around here. And where I was at the target, I was already up 2%, and I didn't want us to potentially fail and front run the level. So I caught a nice, let's say like 3.5R trade. I'm happy with it. That's what I'm usually looking for on a daily basis. Just base hits, 2 to 3 Rs, and then just like compounding my account and those trades over time, and then limiting my losses to 1 or 2 R. 1 R on each trade, and then 2 R max on the day. And then you could take the continuation setup to the level, risking about 24 to make 54. But I was already done after that. This would have been about 2 Rs, and then we did continue over the level. If you want to keep playing the continuation, you can, once we get confirmation over the level, we get a 5-minute close. You can start targeting like one of these overnight highs as well from the 2 days ago, I believe. So great day overall. Nice winner. Yielded about $4,024, and I'm happy with that. With that being said, you'll have a good one. Peace.